recording now, and here we go. All right, everybody. So what we're going to do today is I've already showed you guys how the groups work. I've already made groups out of things such as the drums and things like that. For getting around a larger session quickly, like this is not that large of a session. It's what, 26 tracks, something like that. I don't know. I'm not one to count tracks, man. Somebody asked me the other day, how many tracks are in the session? Shit, I don't know. I'm supposed to go count? No, I don't really care. You can if you do care, you can turn on view and turn on track number if you really want to. So this is actually 31 tracks. I didn't even realize. So whatever. I don't normally listen. I don't normally look at that, so I don't really care. It takes up screen real estate, man, when you got to put the number up there. So anyway, so what we're going to talk about today, back to the YouTube guys. What we're going to talk about today is, I know that last time I told you guys about how the groups work and things like that. And if you hold down control and click on a group, it takes you to that group. Like there's the guitars, all the guitars, the vocals, the sub mixes, all that. Everything's right there, you know? Let's go back to the all groups. But let's say you want to have more than that going on. A little bit more organizing, a little bit better organized for your navigating around larger sessions. And you can do this however you like. I mean, you guys can practice this with other sessions that you've already done and get to a point. What I do, honestly, once I come up with a good configuration for window, what we're going to talk about is memory locations and window configurations. All right. So once I come up with a decent look for that, and it works really nicely, I save it as a basic template. And from there, I can modify and change and things like that. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to add a window configuration straight up. Okay, I'm going to make new configuration, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this start. Okay, so this is my starting window configuration. I'm going to say no windows. So you don't have to leave a comment. You can. I'm just leaving a comment just because that way if I ever have to go back, I can see what it is. So I'm saving this as a window configuration. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a memory location, okay? I did that by hitting the Enter key. Another way that you can do it is that you go over here to your memory location window, and you can click on that and say New Memory Location. There you go. And we're going to call this the same thing, Start. Okay, so this is how you actually drop markers and things like that in your song. If you want to drop markers along the way to, you know, it kind of real quickly can show you where the verse is, where the chorus is, and things like that. That's another video where we showed you the preferences and how you can color those, and they can all be different colors. That's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we're not going to drop a marker. So we're going to say none on the time properties. But I do want to see the zoom settings, the track visibility, the track heights, the group enables, and then the Windows configuration that I want to do is the start. Okay, so the first one I want to do is the start window configuration. That means when I save this and I go back to the start, this is what it's going to look like. All the tracks are going to be up and no windows are going to be open. Okay, so now let's just select all the drums like we have selected here. And we'll go over here to where we're seeing our tracks, and we'll say show only selected tracks. So what we're looking at now is only the drums. But I also want to see these windows open. This window and this window I want to have open whenever I look at my drums. So whenever I look at my drums, I want to have these two windows open. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to the Windows configuration, and I'm going to say New Configuration, and I'm basically going to call this Drums with Plugs. Okay, we'll call it that. So that is the window configuration. Okay, so then I'll come over here to the memory location, and I'll drop a new memory location. I'll call this Drums. Okay, and then again, we'll say none on the time properties. And the window configuration I want is drums with plugs. Okay, so I'll save that. So now I can go back to my start, and it's got the windows closed. When I go to my drums, those two windows open. So every time I go to this memory location, I've got these two plugins open that I go to all the time anyway. All right, so let's go back to the start, and then let's take it to the sub mix. So let's just show sub mixes. All right, so on the sub mixes, I've got my drum sub right there. I don't need to see that. What I want to see on my sub mix is I want to see this window open, which is this is a basic meter. This is by Klanghelm. It's the VUMT by the company Klanghelm. I think it's like $20 if you guys want to go look it up and find it. It's pretty cool. I like VU meters. older guy, older mix guy, so I I just really like to see the VU meters working. And this has an RMS. You can set it up on VU, RMS, whatever. I like to see the RMS when I'm mixing, because then it shows me the peaks as well as the overall mix, overall level at the same time. So I'm just going to leave that up. I'm going to make a new window configuration with this on there, okay? And I'm going to call this, let's call this submix window. All right, we'll just call it submix. I know that window's open, so I'll just leave that on there. That's totally fine. Okay, then I'll go drop another memory location, and I will just call it submix, and I'll turn off the time properties. I don't really care about that, and I'll make sure that I collect my submix window configuration in with that, so that way when I click on it, now I've got this. So I can go back to the start, I can go to the drums, I can go to the submix, and as you can see, all of my windows are popping up that I want to pop up. And then as I submix, actually we can't hear that now, I got to turn it up. So we can actually make a submix. We can solo things, we can do things, we can change things, we can print things, whatever. I mean, this is an actual awesome way to do this stuff. And like I said earlier, man, once you get this stuff down and once you get it to where it feels good, you can save this session as a setting. You don't have to save the tracks in the session, just the session, like the memory locations and the window configurations, how you like them. Save it as a template. So next time you come in and you're going to be doing, you're going to be doing a mix of however many tracks, you've got your memory locations and your window configurations already in. You've already got your drum sub, you already got your sub mixes set up in a template. I think there was I did a video not too long ago about session templates and track presets. I'll link to that in this video. I know we're watching this on YouTube. Down below, if you guys see the finger going down, look down below if you're on YouTube. I'll put some links to the website, some links to the thing. There are courses that we have on this kind of similar stuff that you guys can go get. You can also become a member of the community, the Learn Pro Recording community, the LPR community, the LPR membership. And this stuff happens once, twice a week. I put these videos out. I send this content out to members. And also, you also have access to the community, the LPR community, which is where you can come in and ask questions. If you got a problem with your sessions, if you got a problem with your systems, whether it's in Pro Tools or Logic or Ableton or Luna, whatever we're working on, man, this is what we do. This is what I do. So you guys enjoy this video, and I'm glad you, hopefully you got something out of it. Jim, this was for you, man. I hope you, I explained this a little bit better about the window configurations with the plugins popping up at the same time. If it didn't, man, reach out to me personally. I'll maybe Zoom with you and show you exactly what we got going on here, okay? All right, guys, appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you next time. See you soon. Peace.